still April, so I'm gonna do a really quick video. This is the second Model 3 Superstar that I've done with this combination of features. So I just wanted to really quick go over them so you can find out how unique an AXN guitar really is. First thing I want to say is this Superstar body shape in conjunction with this neck shape has absolutely no neck dive versus other guitars that look similar. This guitar actually has no neck dive at all, and I designed it that way from the beginning. And many of the things that I'm doing as far as what woods I'm using and how I've created a balance with this guitar really makes it feel like a much smaller guitar. So I used flame maple on this run of guitars, and of course I'm doing the AXN artwork on the fretboard. I've enlarged the dots on these last two just a little bit, but I'm probably going to go a little bit bigger on the next run of guitars. The neck has my, I'm calling these an AXN tattoo, but I do this on all the guitars now. And along with this AXN logo on my headstock. But I prefer, I really do prefer this reversed headstock. So this is a two-piece mahogany body, and it's aged mahogany, which really does bring a lot of warmth to the tone. So I've also got this Seymour Duncan JB that I designed with Seymour Duncan. And the wonderful MJ is winding my pickups over at Seymour Duncan. Some of you guys know the JB pickups from Duncan from the 80s that were wound by MJ, and they're very famous. I'm using a German Floyd Rose and brass parts, of course. This artwork I duplicated on a couple guitars, and I'm done with the skulls, though I moved on. There's some new things that are coming that I think you guys really are gonna like. So stay tuned for that. On all my guitars, I really do take a lot of time to pick vintage looking hardware as much as I can. Some of these things are still manufactured by the people that manufactured this stuff way back in the day in the 1980s and 90s. So they still fit within that quality control standard, which I'm trying to hold the quality of these AXNs very tightly. Because I think people have said I'm trying to manufacture the Lamborghini or the Ferrari of rock and roll guitars, and I really am. So no expense has been spared on this guitar or any of my guitars. So I also used, on this guitar, I used these Pearloid Goto non-locking tuners, and these are pretty much standard as top of the line stuff in the industry. This is a R10 locking nut. If people understand, that's for a 15-inch radius, which gives you the same radius here at the nut that you get down here at the bridge. So now you can order bridges that actually have multiple, some of the modern bridges will give you a saddle radius of 12, 14, 15, 17, 16. You have to special order them that way. So my bridge actually matches the radius of this neck, which is a 15-inch radius. So of course that means that I have a 15-inch radius from fret 22 to fret 1 and vice versa, of course. But I need people to know that I do have a non-conical fretboard. It's a 15-inch radius, and it also has the fattest, most bitchin' frets you can get for hard rock and roll, and these are D6000 frets, which I use on all my AXNs, unless you order it differently, which you could do. Let's see, what else do I got here? I have, inside here, I have a treble bleed, and I've used a special capacitor pack that I've designed. When you roll back the volume on my guitars, on virtually every tube amp, when you're on halfway, you're halfway. That treble bleed gives you a steady amount of equalization all the way through, meaning you're going to get the same highs and the same lows all the way through the sweep on that volume knob. So that's why I use treble bleeds. That gives you a lot of control. So I wanted to introduce this AXN Superstar. This is the last of 3 that I did. And one of them was a custom order, one of them's for sale, and the other one sold. So stay tuned, we're gonna get more pics, and I'm gonna try and show you some details on this AXN Superstar Model 3.